Good morning, all. Am I audible? Okay, so in the last class, we are discussing about intake structure. Okay, I think we have already discussed about rainfall runoff intake, then canal intake. Okay. So next is our dam intake. Okay, next is our dam intake. Okay, dam intake. Okay, so you kindly draw this figure. Okay, for dam intake. Here the water is coming from the river. Then we have constructed a dam. Okay, dam here. Then it's obstructed the flow of water and it stores in the reservoir. Okay. And then this is our trash rack. This is nothing but our trash rack. And what is trash rack? We have already discussed in the last class. Okay. So this is our trash rack. And then we have gate hoisting cable. I think you have seen this kind of arrangement where in the top of the dam there is some wheel where is connected by a cable. Okay. When you rotate the wheel, by rotating the wheel, you can adjust the gate of opening or closing. Okay, in one side it connected to the gate, another side is connected with some load. Okay, I think you have seen. Okay, so this is basically the arrangement for opening or close the gate. Okay, and this cable that connected the gate and the weight, that cable is called hoisting cable. Okay, so that's why this is gate hoisting cable, and then we have a air inlet. This is our tunnel. Okay, and this shaded portion is our gate. Over.
No, sir. Hello,
Yes,
sir. What is that, sir? Gate hoisting
cable.
cable and down AIN something inlet.
So this is air inlet, air inlet.
Okay, sir.
Okay, this is your tunnel.
Done, sir.
Done, na? Okay, so you can write it down or dam intake. So basically, our dam intake is the very basic one. Okay, whenever we start storing water, this concept start from dam intake. Okay, before whatever we have studied in those intake structure, we are not going to store water. Okay, if you see in the first case is our runoff river scheme. Okay, then second case is also canal intake that is used for whenever we have a very high silt content or sediment content in that particular river, then only we can use canal intake. Otherwise, we can also go for runoff river intake scheme. Okay, so when we start with dam intake when we start, that means whenever we start storing water in before both the cases we are not going to store water. Okay, only we are going to divert the water for hydropower. Okay, so whenever we start storing water, then this concept comes, that is dam intake. Okay, this is very basic one, and nowadays it's not that much useful also. Okay, because we have some advanced related to dam intake that we are going to discuss in the next. So you can just write it down. The first point in the dam intake, it is provided in the body of the dam. It is provided in the body of the dam and is used in high head hydroelectric scheme. It is provided in the body of the dam and is used in high head hydroelectric scheme. Okay? And then the components of dam intake are, we have trash rack, a control gate operated from the top of the dam by using hoisting cable. You can write it down. Okay, by using hoisting cable. Hoisting cable. Okay? And then third point is we have a air inlet just after digit. Okay? These are the components of dam intake. Over? Okay. Okay. So next you write wet tower intake. Wet tower intake. Okay. First you draw the diagram. Okay. This is nothing but roof truss. Okay. The diagram is not visible properly. This is roof truss. Okay. Then upstream reservoir level. Okay. Upstream reservoir level. Then this is your trash rack only in upstream. Over?
No, sir.
Okay. So any confusion in the diagram?
Sir, behind, uh, below that upside reservoir level, trash
Trash rack, huh? Trash
only.
rack.
Trash rack only in
Upstream.
upstream.
Trash rack
And below
only in
that,
upstream.
port, sir. Port.
PORT, yes, ports, huh? Like openings.
Okay, sir.
Ports is nothing but your openings. Okay? PORTS, ports. Okay? Here also, these are also ports. Okay? These openings you have seen here, these are also openings. This all are
Sir,
ports.
below the roof truss.
This is hoisting cable. Okay? This is hoisting cable.
Okay, sir.
And then this is bridge connected to the dam. Okay? Bridge connected to the dam.
Sir, hello? Sir, hello?
Yes.
Sir,
Am I audible?
sir,
Hello?
sir, sir, what is this? The below one water to
Water to penstock.
come?
Water to
Oh,
penstock. Okay?
thank you, sir.
So through this pipe, the water is flowing towards the penstock. Okay?
Sir, not powerhouse, sir.
Or you can write powerhouse or penstock. Huh? it's up to you. Okay, because before powerhouse only we have penstock. Okay, in that powerhouse we have turbines. So for each turbine, we have similar case. Okay, you can write to penstock also, or you can write to powerhouse also. So over.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that's weight tower intake is a very huge structure. Okay, and this kind of structure we use in high head gravity dam. Okay, when there is flow of water is very high, discharge is very high, and what happen when discharge is very high, you can see a lots of fluctuation in the reservoir. Okay, you can observe that lots of fluctuation in water level in the reservoir. Okay, so to reduce that fluctuation, or means in addition to that, okay, whatever the purpose of intake structure, and in addition to that, it also reduce the fluctuation level in the reservoir. How? They allow the water to first come to one chamber in from both sides. Okay, okay, and then there are some gates. These gates are closed. Okay, these gates are closed. From the reservoir, the water is allowed to flow. Then we have trash track and all. Those you are going to screen and all those debris and all. Okay, after that, the water is flowing to that first chamber. This chamber, first chamber. There, it allows to settle down. Okay, because that fluctuation, with that fluctuation we cannot allow the water to flow to the powerhouse. Okay, first we need to minimize that fluctuation of water in the reservoir, so we allow the first to settle down in first chamber, then we open the gates by using hoisting cable. Okay, then the water is flowing into the tunnel, and then it moves towards the powerhouse. Okay, so how much we need to allow, that also we are controlling by these gates using the hoisting cable. Okay, and this is also connected by a bridge to the dam. Okay, so I'll try. Okay, now as a diagram it's very difficult to understand. I'll check some videos in YouTube. If possible, then we will I'll show you that video in the next class. Okay, how its whole process is operating. Okay, so always remember that with tower intake, it involves a high cost. Okay, it involves a very high cost. Okay, so you can write it down. With tower intake, first point you write, it is generally used in large project. First point you write, it is generally used in large project. Second point, it is provided if there is fluctuation water level or wave is generated in the reservoir quite often. It is provided if there is fluctuation water level or wave is generated in the reservoir quite often. Third point you write, openings called ports are provided at various levels. The number 4 points. If the ports are submerged in all level, there is no problem of clogging. Okay, the ports by floating materials. This is number 1, 4. Okay, this is 5. 5 points you write it down. Tower intake are generally provided towards hillside near the dam and connected to the dam by a bridge. Okay. Tower intake means we have two towers. One is wet tower intake that we are discussing now, and one is dry tower intake. What is the difference? Difference is wet tower intake, when there is high fluctuation in water level, we have to use wet tower intake. If the fluctuation in the water level in the reservoir is not that much, then we can also provide dry tower intake. And what is the advantage of providing dry tower intake? That is construction cost. Okay. For constructing wet tower intake, it involves a lots of money. Okay. So for dry tower intake, the structure is little bit smaller, so it involves less construction cost. So these are few advantages of dry tower intake. Others, the function for both the tower intake are same. Okay. So we are discussing now wet tower intake. After that, we are going to discuss dry tower intake. Similar structure, everything similar. Only the first chamber, what you have drawn for wet tower intake, that part is not there for dry tower intake. But else, everything is same. Okay. So that's why it's written tower intake are generally provided towards hillside near the dam and connected to the dam by a bridge. Okay. Next point you write, press rack. Press racks are required to construct at the upstream of the flow. I know I think you all know now the purpose of press rack. Okay. We have already discussed many times. Okay. And the last point is all the ports are controlled by gates. Okay. Regulated by hoisting cable. Over. Okay, so this meeting is going to end. Okay, so I'm just end this meeting. So you kindly join again with the same link. Okay, join again with the same link.